Kyle Klingman with Track Wrestling. We have Ryan Sokol. He's a two-time state champion from Minnesota, attends Simley High School. He made a 2019 Cadet World Team. He's going to attend Cornell University. How are you, Ryan?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Doing good. How you doing with this lockdown?
Managing. I mean, it's gotten easier as it went on. Not as bad now, and now, here we're starting to open up more, so it's pretty much over here.
Are you getting some training in?
Not a whole lot. I was rehabbing my shoulder for an injury I had back in January, and so some light lifting, just kind of off the mat. Plus, most places are closed. I haven't really been able to get on the mat anyway.
You communicate with other teammates and coaches?
Oh, yeah, we talk to each other all the time. We try to find stuff that's open. We're going to start having practices again sometime soon, hopefully.
Speaking of injuries, is there a benefit to having this just forced recovery? Because I'm sure you would have been going hard if this wouldn't happen.
Yeah, it's definitely a benefit. I heard it in the finals at the Cheesehead, and it kind of went away, as adrenaline kicked in matches. I didn't feel it. And then as freestyle practices started, it just started really bugging me. So being able to rehab and not have to train for anything is easier on my mind, I'd say.
What was that like going to Sofia, Bulgaria and competing at the Cadet Worlds?
It was an experience, to say the least. That was the first time I left the country. So it was cool, especially with the guys that I was there with. We got to know each other really well. And going out there, and even though I didn't do how I wanted to, I got to experience something I hadn't experienced before.
What are the feelings that you have when that is your first time and you're in the airport and you're going overseas? What kind of feelings did you have?
Just pure excitement. I mean, I wasn't cutting any weight. I was under 65 kilos. So I didn't have to worry about that. I was like, I'm going to do something new, wrestle, do the one thing I love to do for this country.
When you wrestle domestic competition, say in high school, and then you wrestle foreign competition, what's the difference between those two?
They're a lot stingier. Like, they won't give up positions. Sometimes if you get in on a shot in freestyle in a high school match, they'll bail and work parterre. These foreign dudes do not bail. And their parterre is something I wasn't ready for. I trained, but it's just so different over there.
One thing I kept hearing from the staff was just underhooks, underhooks, underhooks. Could you relate to what they were talking about with the underhooks?
Oh, yeah, definitely. They love underhooks. And, I mean, so do I, but it's the way they have their ties. It's so different.
What'd you take from that you implemented in your high school season this junior year?
Pace control. I remember in my first match, I went out really hard. Second match, I did the same thing. I went too hard, and I had made mistakes, and it cost me the match because I got laced. So this year, after the first tournament, I just kind of took a step back, started wrestling more calm and controlled, and I definitely improved a lot since then.
Do you like freestyle?
Yeah, a lot.
Do you?
I like freestyle the best out of all three styles.
What is it you like about it so much?
Just the way you can score feet to back, explosive moves. I consider myself an explosive wrestler. So being able to, get into double or high crotch or hip toss, quick throw to their back, lock up a gut, and end a match quick is just nice.
What does the club format for you? Of course, everything, if you're going to get good, you have to wrestle year round. What has your club system done for you?
They've gotten me to where I am. I mean, they've shown me, Brandon and Jared do a great job at Pinnacle showing, new techniques, not even just domestic techniques. They're always showing foreign techniques as well. And then I'd credit Paulson for getting into my underhooks. He really pushed that. And then, that's kind of a bread and butter position for me now. I feel really comfortable in there.
Brandon Paulson's an intense dude. What does he bring every day to practice?
He brings a lot of energy. He's yelling. He's making you – I don't know if he always tries to, but he makes you in a good mood. Like, I want to be at practice, He's intense and tough on us, but it pays off.
Seems like Minnesota has built a really good wrestling culture, and part of that's Minnesota's had a good university team there. Mm-hmm. What's it feel like to be part of a state that really values the sport?
It's nice. I think it drove my passion for the sport as well, especially being at Pinnacle and at Simley. There's just a lot of culture and a lot of passion for the sport. And so it's definitely changed the way I view wrestling, especially growing up in it.
You grew up talking about the Brands brothers and what you liked about them. You signed with them initially and then changed to Cornell. What went into that decision?
Well, I don't know. and there's no bad blood between me and the Iowa guys. I wanted to see what else was out there. I committed early. I didn't see anything else, didn't hear anything else, and I just wasn't sure. I wanted to take another look, also go for Ivy League education too, if possible, which is what I'm doing now. And I just honestly wanted to see what else there was.
What do you like about Rob Koll and the program?
Honestly, Coach Koll's humor reminds me of my grandpa's. It's really funny. And just their personalities and everyone there, the second I got there, they made me feel like I'd already been there for like months. Like they just like, yeah, come on over. And I like that family feel.
When you're a recruit and you see what they have, you know they have Kyle Dake, you know they have Yianni. Does that factor into your decision?
That definitely helps. Those training partners that I'll be able to have will push me to the next level. And especially they're cool dudes. I mean, just getting to know them too, it definitely helped in my process.
When you make that decision and you know you're going to Cornell, does that heighten how much you're aware of what those guys are doing?
Yeah, definitely. I would say so, yeah.
Who's your favorite wrestler that you like to watch right now?
Definitely Yianni, and I answered a question about that on my Instagram the other day, but just the way he wrestles in every position and every time he steps on the mat, you know it's going to be a good match. And just the way he scrambles out of everything, I just love watching it. It's so interesting to me.
Do you think you can wrestle like that or adapt skills like he has?
I don't know. It'd be cool to see. It'd be cool, but definitely have my own different style. But to get to work with him and see what he has to show me and train with him, that'll be cool.
Where'd you develop your style?
Probably watching Iowa early on. I developed that Metcalf style at first, and then over time I just watch other wrestlers and I take bits and pieces of their technique, add my own kind of flair to it, and over time between that and Simley just kind of develop my own thing.
Do you like the attention you get from being a high-level wrestler and people wanting to know what you're going to do next?
Yeah, it's nice. I mean, it doesn't bother me. I stay humble myself. I downplay myself. I just, because when I downplay myself, that's when I'm the best athlete and the best person I can be. So the attention's nice, but it doesn't change what my goals are.
You grew up in the social media era where everyone's watching your every move and you can put out and control your narrative.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like that? Do you think that's beneficial for you?
Definitely. If I wanted to, let's say, go into coaching or do something like that, I can use social media to my advantages, and people can see what I'm doing. You can communicate with people so much easier. So, and not to mention on the wrestling side, you have all that technique that you get, flow stuff, track stuff on Instagram. It's nice.
How much technique do you break down?
Not a whole lot. Mostly what I show in practice. Occasionally, if I'm interested, I'll pull up some videos, some collab videos, just kind of watch it. But I don't study too much technique. If I'm showing it in practice, I'll play with it then, and then just kind of do my own stuff.
Why is that? Why do you not study it?
I view it as a different style. I don't view it as my own style, and so I'll watch it because it's definitely nice to have on you to know. But it feels more forced, and if the technique feels forced, then I don't think I'm going to do it well in a match.
How do you stay sharp with practice partners? As you know, when you get to the next level, you're going to have tons, but how do you make sure you challenge yourself with great competition?
Well, I'll hit up people in the area. I have, a ton of people on social media, Snapchat. I can text them, see if they want to get a workout in. Coach Short and Brandon and Jared do a good job of getting me coaches and other people to wrestle, so that's helpful. And then, honestly, I challenge myself. So if I'm wrestling a teammate that maybe can't give me the greatest challenge, I'll challenge myself where I can only wrestle this way or only do this to try to better myself and also better my teammates.
Jared Lawrence, who you mentioned at Pinnacle, he was an NCAA champion for Minnesota. Can he get out there and challenge you?
I don't really wrestle Jared. I don't know if I want to, honestly. I've seen how he wrestles some of those other guys. He beats on them. But I don't know. I haven't wrestled him since I was like really young.
You're going into your senior year of high school. What do you want to get out of this final year?
I just want to become a better wrestler mostly. I just want to enjoy my senior year school-wise, spend time with some of my friends, and just try to improve on the areas I need to improve on. Keep improving on top. Keep letting myself know that it's just a match, and keep improving the mind as well.
What do you want to do with the education you're going to get from Cornell? Is there a vision in your head of what you want to do post-college?
Well, I want to do business. That's what I'm majoring in. So something in business, but a large part of me might just stay and coach. because I want to give back to the sport. And I've done coaching, here and there for the youth program, and I love it. So
when you think of Minnesota, you think of the cold weather. How do you get outside and utilize some of the cold weather that Minnesota has?
I don't know. I just bundle up, go out there and enjoy it. Over time, you just kind of get used to it, but I tell you, it still sucks, especially when
Really?
it gets in
You
the
don't
real
use it
negatives.
you don't use it for some tough workouts?
No, if it's cold, I'm staying inside.